It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the Realm of Geekdom. This is Nerd Breaking News. We just saw the last episode of Season 2 of X-Men 97. So let's go ahead and give our review of that. But before we do that, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I got the kid, I got the professor. Professor, let's start with you. Go ahead and give us your take.
All right, team. So one of the principles that I live by, that I try to adhere to here, is I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to be too harsh. I want everyone to be able to make judgments for themselves. But when you're looking at the finale for X-Men 97 Season 2, I really didn't like it. I don't know. I don't have any kind words for this season at all, to be honest with you. I feel like it ended up suffering from the exact same mistakes that What If did, where in the very end, the writers decided, okay, let's have all the characters just mash up together, not quite explain why, and we'll use power-ups, super power-ups, like Dragon Ball Z style, to go ahead and to defeat the super powered up villain. And it became something that was just less smart than the first season was. When you're looking at the show itself, there are so many things that they just didn't explain. Why is Bishop still in the present? Well, I don't know. How did Bishop and Polaris even start dating? I don't know. How did Apocalypse's first body even die? I don't know. Why did Apocalypse get Gambit's body from the ground to begin with? I don't know. Why did he kill Kandra? Don't really know. Without even a real conversation. What was Kandra's intention behind stealing his powers? I don't know. Why the Celestial change his mind? I don't know. When you're looking at it, Nightcrawler decides, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for TK. Nightcrawler makes a decision towards the end. And when you're looking at it, okay. And the Celestial accepts it. Why? When you're looking at Ship at the bottom of the ocean, you're telling me this thing's been in the bottom of the ocean with high pressure and it's not collapsed at all. Water doesn't fill it at all. No problem. Beast has the motherboard to turn it back on. He just decided to do it now when they've had the ship down there for all this time. Now he decides to reactivate it. He didn't decide to reactivate it the last time they were fighting Apocalypse. Okay. The Apocalypse that jumps into Gambit, is that the present Apocalypse or the future Apocalypse? I don't know. When you're the X Corp, for example, does X Corp even still exist? I don't know. When you're looking at X Force, X Factor, X Corp, did they make peace? Like, are they all good? Are they staying in the mansion now? Is everyone okay? Don't know. When you're looking at it, they made a whole new Cerebro. They called it Cerebra. Did we see them make it? Nope. Did they get the tech? Is there anything to prevent it from turning into what the last one did? I don't know. They literally spent an entire season throwing ideas at a board, and they literally have relied on the fans just accepting whatever they threw out. And to me, it's that kind of writing is just disrespectful to people who view these shows, because it's the showrunners essentially saying, we can give you anything and you'll accept it. And as fans, I don't think we should be accepting this kind of product, especially not from a company that makes billions of dollars. We're not talking about an indie studio here. When you're looking at most animes that are made are far more thoughtful than this. And they're constructed with far lower budgets than this. And there are far less people working on them than this. And they give you higher quality than this. It's just not acceptable. And to me, if they don't show some kind of a vision for the next season, I don't think anyone should watch it, to be honest with you. Because X-Men is something, I'm sorry if I'm sounding crazy here, but it's something that almost every nerd grew up with every Saturday morning. And to know that they would take that nostalgia and put so little care into it just to make a buck, I think is disrespectful to all of us. And to be honest with you all out there, that's something that I don't say lightly and that I don't say often. But that's where I'm at.
That was very strong. Kid, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'd be very hard to. Professor Cook there. Every X-Men fan should be worried. DeMaio's officially gone. Last week was the season finale of season 2. We knew a year ago that DeMaio got fired, and we knew, started leaks and reports started coming out of what his interpretation was as it pertains to what he wanted, Onslaught and all that stuff that we never got. They got teased, but just never got showed up there. So DeMaio's gone. Where's your confidence in season 2? Man, I thought the first 4 episodes were ended with the rise of the part 1 and part 2 of Rise of Apocalypse, where the beautiful scenery of him killing Magneto in the snow on the sand of Agent Egypt and all that. I thought it was just beautiful. I was like, after episode 4, I said, oh my God, the first 4 episodes are cooking. This might be way better than season 1.
Mm-hmm.
You were hooked. You guys were batting 100. Season 5 should have been the red flag, because that was the Wolverine Weapon X crap, where if Professor made a good point about like all the questions that were not answered. How the hell did Sabretooth join these boys? Doesn't Sabretooth have like a long-standing I'm highlighting long because we know it's hundreds of years beef with Logan? Like, don't they like Eddie Deathstrike literally was joking around that they used to date. Like, each one of them had something with Logan, like a history. And we're going to accept the fact that Sabretooth is in that plane to go do some op mission where the whole purpose of that episode is to get his adamantium back.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been the red flag one. Then we move on to the Danger Room episode.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that? Who wrote that? That was horrible. The robot had a mind of his own, and Polaris trying to come back to the X-Men. And then the whole thing is just to see the last episode of Gambit being revived because Apocalypse is doing what he's doing with him. That's 2 straight bad episodes. Episode 7. We're going to go to the Savage Land again. Didn't we do this in the first season? Colossus. You knew Colossus was not going to be the total bad guy because of his sister. So, and then, Nightwing, Nightcrawler with his, the trial, right, for Creed. So you knew that you're like, okay, so you got me with Logan, you got me with Polaris, the Danger Room crap, and now you got me with the Savage Man. And then the one before, right? The one before, the very, very anticlimactic pre-episode before the last one with Gambit and the convoluted marriage where he's already taken by the Apocalypse and he tries to get Rogue, and then the whole purpose of that was, okay, here comes Cable, here comes these people, and they're going to go again, they're going to all-out war. And then you build up Apocalypse beautifully to have him get destroyed in 2 minutes by us. Again, I'm not going to, I don't want to go too spoiled in this. Over a character who gets powers through Celestials that you're like, that doesn't make sense. And then somebody sacrifices themselves in the end that you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Then the end credit scene with a certain character who shapeshifts. Again, it's I feel now that you've got me with 4 or 5 last filler episodes and DeMaio's gone, that it would need to take a trailer of the highest proportions to get me back for season 3, because I feel disappointed. I feel mad. I feel like, what the hell did Cyclops do the last 4 episodes? What the hell did Logan do the last 4 episodes? What the hell did Storm do the last 4 episodes? Like, I guess Forge is still in the team. I have to go check the payroll. I can't double. It's bad. And Jubilee has, the last episode where she's a pilot now. We have to believe that Jubilee's a pilot against Havoc. Come on, man. It felt rushed. It felt like it didn't need to be rushed. I felt like if you had one good story, you should have followed that story. You went 20 different ways on a story you guys didn't need to. We noticed it, and we noticed it. The viewership for this show, even though we like it, we love it, all that stuff, it's not as high as Disney Plus wants it to be. Mm-hmm. And now you add a subpar latter half of the season. You had an A and you had an F. It's a C. That's what it is. So now it's worse than season 1. So now you have a season and 4 episodes of greatness, and you have the latter half. You just can't come back from whatever high you're trying to reach. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is not going to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. It's not getting the viewership. This is a nerd show for the nerds, by the nerds. The casual fans are not watching this. You have to be very careful, because season 3 might be the end, because we might not care anymore. in light of the last couple episodes where we knew it was filler, you knew it was filler, so why the hell should we care?
Unfortunately,
Correct.
season 4 has already been greenlit, so it won't be the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine. But which one? Season 3 or season 4?
3 and 4.
Cool. We'll see how far
Who's
that
going to
lasts.
be watching? That's the problem.
We'll see how far that lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You guys basically have covered everything. I was sitting here thinking about watching the last episode before we did this recording, and the professor told me, "Hey, it's not even worth it." And if the professor's saying that it's not worth it, then that's a little scary because he is, he gets that Marvel paycheck basically. so for me, then that was troubling because I the last episode that I saw, it was like, as they're saying, it was just downhill. Every episode is like, what are we doing? What's the end goal? Why, if we know we only have 8 episodes, why are we throwing fillers? Like, what's going on over here? So, for me, it was just like, I guess they ran out of ideas. They wanted to throw something, see if anything stuck. And at the end, we ended up getting just 4 random episodes of random stuff. How are you going to clean that up for season 3? I don't know. Are you going to make a good episode to be able to bring everybody back? I don't know. It doesn't look good. And just like the kid said, like you guys started with such an amazing 4-episode run. And we were having such high expectations for this season. And then all of a sudden, it's just kind of like you gave up. It's like, we won you. Oh, well, we're just going to give you whatever you want. And, man, it was bad.
You can't butcher Apocalypse like that. You can't build them up for 4 episodes and build up the prophecy of Cable and then basically say, oh, we don't care anymore. Let's go to the danger room for 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We had 3 great storylines going on with it was what?
Jubilee.
You had,
It was
you had
Jubilee.
the Jubilee storyline. You had the Professor storyline going on.
And then you had the future. You had 3 great storylines in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And you completely butchered all 3.
Correct.
Exactly. Anyway.
All right. Any final comments in regards to season 2 of X-Men
Dangerous to
97?
go alone.
I don't want to give this thing any more energy.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Let us know what you thought about X-Men 97. Leave us a comment down below whether you agree or disagree with us. We'll love to hear from you guys about it. So until next time, fellow nerds, this is Nerd Breaking News.